wake up late, we don't care. JJ and Mengkin here to share. Sumo talk, ain't no flair. Lazy vibes in the air. Might go stumble through. Sumo tales just for you. No script, no cue.
Q. No Q.
Hello, and welcome to Minimum Effort
Effort Podcast.
Podcast. That's right.
I am the important host, Mengkin, and that guy over there is a less important host, JJ.
This is true. JJ Jones.
Ooh,
Now,
when we think about topics, we don't think about topics. It's JJ waking up in the middle of the night having a panic attack because he can't sleep and he doesn't know what to do with minimum effort in his life.
this is true. You know what this is for me? This is like therapy.
You just talk about stuff and then it helps you process your feelings.
Yeah. I have a lot of feelings and they're valid.
Yeah, JJ has a lot of feelings, but a lot of his feelings are kind of like compacted and then like tossed into a black hole. And then like 2 months later, it gets tossed out by a white hole and then it goes bam. And then he talks about politics and then it all blows up.
You know, I thought you were lost for a second.
No.
And then you found me.
Yeah. You know,
it's true.
I was, while I was speaking, I was thinking. And then while I was thinking, I was talking. And while I was talking, I was talking.
Wow. Have you ever seen the movie Blue Streak with Martin Lawrence? Okay, because there's a point with the hands where you're like, you get up in there and then boop. So if you know, you know. Yeah, because you definitely did it. You weren't talking about the same thing, but it's definitely on par. All right. So, Mr.
Vaffanculo, Vaffanculo.
I think that just demonetized us.
Like we're monetized at all?
This is true. We only get paid by Rumble.
And we haven't uploaded a Rumble.
Still,
even
Rumble
though we haven't had new episodes at all.
I don't understand how the Rumble machine works. I mean, I have looked. Our views are not good, but because we have content on there, they pay us.
Thank you, Rumble.
Thank you, Rumble. You and all of. Have you ever watched anything on Rumble?
No, I'm never gonna watch anything on Rumble. I'm sorry.
It's like watching InfoWars. Have you ever seen anything on InfoWars?
Maybe like small clips of InfoWars. I know InfoWars. I know Alex Jones. I know the craziness involved in it.
All the craziness is there. But what really gets me is the commercials. The commercials are wild because every single one goes like, they don't want you to know about this secret. This is the cure for whatever. Like, oh, the government's hiding this from you. That's why you got to get this Bitcoin. Like, whatever. It's so dumb. And I'm just like, I know there's a small percentage of people that are definitely clicking this and spending way too much money on this scam. Yep. Speaking about scams, right? So,
speaking of scams, are we scamming people on this podcast?
No.
Scam people of their time, maybe.
For 100%.
You're just wasting. That's why the only people that watch it are people that like are in cars or like work night shifts and stuff and have nothing else to do.
I gotta say, we have 3 extremely loyal viewers, and I want to give it up to them. Brenda, we love you. Moashi Guru, you're awesome. Danny, Sapati Man, awesome. and then Romeo Garcia. You guys are our base, our core, and our number one supporters.
Romeo's like the
Outside of-
silent one. He sometimes comments
Oh,
on stuff, but
he pops in and he's like, "I'm here. I'm here." He's always here. He's always here. He might not be very much of a like keyboard warrior, but he's a real one. He's a real one.
he's
Right.
Hey, and I've never met Romeo. You've met him once, twice,
Mm.
once. Yeah, you went out. You went out to train with them.
Once.
Once,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then we had this beautiful conversation on Black and Sumo.
Mm.
Yeah. You're never invited on that, by the way,
Why not?
because you're not black. You're
right.
also
You're
like
right.
pretty bright right now, bro.
You're right.
It's summertime.
I-
You need to go outside.
Here we go.
That did not help at all. But back to what we were talking about. So check it. I'm going to ask you a big question. Do you think amateur sumo is too soft?
No. Finish or end podcast. Thank you. Bye.
Seriously. So amateur sumo, and when I say amateur sumo, I'm thinking about the full international scene, right?
Yeah.
That includes places like Ukraine, Russia. It's going to be at Worlds this year.
No, they're not.
They will be.
No, they're not.
Okay, it's all right. It's okay.
Russia, the country, will not be at World Championship.
I was
this year.
right. JJ was right.
No,
JJ was right.
guys, we're talking
Either
about.
which way.
There's an unreleased episode where we talk about this, but JJ is wrong.
I'm right.
No,
I'm right.
we
But
talked
don't worry
about
about
Russia
don't worry
as
about
a
it.
country
Don't worry about
being
it.
in the World
Don't-
Championship.
don't
They're
worry
not
about it.
going to be
Don't
in the
worry
World
about it.
Championship.
Hey, we might have called an expert just to figure it out. And the expert said yes. Either
No, he
which
said-
way, let's go ahead and talk about the subject in hand, which is amateur sumo soft as a whole.
What do you mean by soft?
All right. So, do you think that if you compared it to wrestling, like collegiate style wrestling, freestyle wrestling, Greco-Roman wrestling, judo, I guess we can add in jiu-jitsu, karate, taekwondo, and boxing. Do you think that it is softer than those other sports? And again, I'm talking about amateur sumo.
Yeah, I think it depends on the country.
We're talking about as a whole, like the full body of it. So we have
The median sumo practitioner, amateur sumo, the median
Yes.
amateur sumo practitioner.
yes, sir.
Yeah, compared to those kind of sports where they destroy the shins, get punched in the face, get locked up, I think yes, it's softer than those
Okay,
sports.
and what is the deciding factor for that? You said destroy the shins. Who's destroying shins from the list that I gave?
Muay Thai.
I didn't say Muay Thai.
Oh, you didn't say it. What did he say then?
Taekwondo,
Oh,
karate.
wrestling. What else did you say?
Wrestling, boxing.
Boxing,
Isaac.
getting punched in the face. Yeah,
This is fair.
yeah.
Yeah, I guess if we just go boxing alone.
Yeah.
All right. So
I'm-
boxing alone, you would say that boxing would be less soft than sumo.
Mm-hmm.
No pun intended for fluffy bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. How about in comparisons to judo?
Judo. I think judo depends on your level, but judo involves a lot of learning how to fall, which is not easy to do. Takes a lot of energy, and you do get thrown around. You do break fingers and stuff when you're trying to grip. Right?
Okay.
You've done that
Okay.
before, JJ.
100%.
Yeah,
I
I
think
mean,
I've
I've
broken
broken a finger
every
doing sumo
toe.
as well. So
I've broken every toe.
yeah,
Like the only toe that I haven't broken is one of my big toes
yeah.
because that one sucked a lot. A lot. I shattered it and it was just like hanging in there. It was
Ugh.
terrible. Yeah, it wasn't fun. And you don't understand how much you depend on that big old toe.
Oh yeah,
It's a lot.
you got to
It's a
grip
lot.
the floor. It's same thing in sumo. You have to have that big
It's
toe.
less of a gripping thing in judo. It's more of like the same issues you run into life quality issues where your whole balance is off.
Mm.
Yeah. Not just gripping the floor. Like if I'm wearing shoes,
Yeah,
I'm not gripping the floor per
yeah.
se.
But judo, you don't wear shoes.
Yeah, but you're not dependent on gripping the floor in judo. Bro. Okay, all right. You know
I'm
what?
joking. You're the
You have
master
your
of judo.
opinion.
I don't know judo at
I
all.
just I was just gonna say, bro, you have your opinion. You lived in Japan. All right, so now
Yeah, but
that
you're a third
as a
degree black belt, so I think we should
hey,
trust you more than me.
this is fair. This is fair. I'm trying to not be confrontational. That's my new thing today.
That's my new
So
thing
as
today.
as we are looking at sport to sport, now we can open it up and start thinking about country to country. Now, this is where it gets a little tricky, right? Because when we think country to country, we're thinking of the elites of sumo from those countries
Yeah,
because we don't know what the average man looks like
yeah,
or the average sumo
person.
wrestler, right? We don't know what the average person looks like in their country. We know exactly what that looks like in America. And I have a pretty good concept of what that looks like in the UK. And I
Mm-hmm,
have a pretty good concept of what that looks like in Brazil.
mm-hmm.
Um,
And a pretty good concept what it looks like in Japan.
this is also true. This is also true. Now, once we like get outside of that, it feels a little difficult to judge, right? So, for instance, Norway, where the average practitioner of sumo usually is coming in with some kind of like freestyle or Greco-Roman
Yeah,
wrestling
yeah,
experience.
yeah.
Like that's kind of their pipeline. They're within their wrestling, like their national wrestling program, and they kind of feed between that, which is a magical thing that I think we should implement more in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
But, but, what what do you think in Japan makes? What do you think that Japan's doing makes the wrestlers different or
So
more
wrestlers.
lean? Yes, yes.
I don't know. Tradition, just being able to do it on a clay dohyo.
So you think the clay is what's developing them?
The clay definitely helps with like if you're doing ichooshi or butsukari,
Mm.
because without like at Honusumo you kind of try to simulate it with a sock, right? You put a sock on a towel or something for the
I've been doing
pushing
a towel.
part.
My feet have been getting a little sweaty through the
Yeah.
socks.
Towel is probably better. Towel to
Summertime.
kind of simulate it, but it's still not the same, right? I think it like doing that and how much you push yourself doing it. Like
Mm.
in the US, what a lot of places do as Honusumo does as well is you take turns doing ichooshi. It's not go, 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 right? It's you go. I know that my thing is when I do this, sometimes it bounces my screen for some reason.
You're okay. You're all right.
Yeah.
No
Anyway,
issues here.
it goes and then you go. But in most places in the US, you take turns. You go once and then somebody else goes and then you go once. I think it's the consistency and pushing yourself is probably less of a thing in outside of Japan. Whereas in Japan, because I've done this at a high school, right? So I know, and this is not particularly a super good high school. They've had some decent wrestlers, but a lot of them are like it's a really small school now. Like there's one kid in that high school now club. But when I was going, yeah, a lot of them are really good. But the consistency, right? You push yourself. You're doing ichooshi, keep going until well, not collapse, but there's
Yeah.
like set
And
10 times or something,
there's
and then
a
do it until you're
big
done.
level of fatigue. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah,
I
big level.
completely understand that. And it makes sense. It makes sense. So, it makes me wonder, like, what should we? So when we went to Japan, I picked up things like Ichiyoshi and I brought it back, which I know not a lot of places do Ichiyoshi, right? That's one of
And they're
the
two
things that
separate things. Ichoshi and Butsukari are two different things.
two
Just to
completely different
clarify, yeah.
things, two different like approaches, two
Hmm.
different concepts in your brain, right? I actually think that one will build your technique more and the other one's
Ichoshi, yeah,
just and the other one's just to kind of make you suffer and make you stronger and make your
yep,
spirit
yep,
stronger.
yep, yep,
And that's Butsukari. Like
yep.
I
That's why you
think
do Butsukari at the end.
yes, exactly, exactly. Like it will break you. It will break you. The
If
other
you're doing
one
it properly, it
kind
will
of
break you.
gets
Yeah.
you primed and really in like a good position to do good sumo.
Hmm.
It's interesting. It's interesting. And then if we had to like from an outsider's perspective, since we both are, we look at other countries like Ukraine,
Hmm.
right? Ukraine seems to be doing everything right when it comes to sumo. Like there's no surprise that they have a couple people pro, you know.
Hmm.
So I don't know. What do you think about what you can see from their training in the Ukraine?
I know Ukraine. A lot of them, of like Norway, come from a wrestling background, right?
Mm,
Like you can tell that from a lot of their, especially our smaller guys that come in low. Aonishiki is one, I think. He did
yeah.
wrestling as well. A couple of Ukrainian girls or women, I guess, that are in Japan going to high school or going to university training as well, right? Uh, I think it's just the dedication. It probably is because they're former Soviet bloc. Well, they're
Mm.
not Soviet. They weren't part of Russia, like Soviet Russia, but like that work
That
ethic, right?
but the work ethic and the training method.
Yeah, yeah.
I again we are both outsiders looking in via the internet. But what it looks like is that they do the giant warehouse. You do multiple styles, and then you kind of bounce between there. And there's generally a person that will kind of guide you to the thing
Yeah.
that you're better
Yeah.
at. In the past, what I've known about that particular system, there is a hierarchy of styles. So generally, the wrestling, like Greco-Roman or whatever, would be at the peak. And then if you come in like second or third in there, then it's like maybe this other style is a little bit better for you, like mechanically. I
Mhm,
think it would be a really good opportunity if we can get like Maxime
mhm.
on to talk about his training, or Nikolai, who's over in OC now. Maybe we should, in the near future, try to get them
Mhm.
on just to chat about their different approaches to sumo and their training. I think that would be cool.
Yeah.
Russia, on the other hand, I have a broad stroke of understanding what they're doing, but I am very confused at anything and everything that they're doing right now,
Mhm.
political and non-political.
Mhm.
So I can't really speak to that. I know that we keep getting invites as a federation to go and do a tournament out in their neck of the woods, which is never really going to happen, and we're never going to share with our
Yeah.
members. Like that's not a thing that we would put out into the world because I don't
Yeah.
think that makes the most sense.
Yep.
But I do find it fascinating, um, like how the cream rises to the top, and I think as a whole, and this is just JJ speaking about countries as a whole, and people can get mad or whatever, however they want to. I most Western countries that are doing sumo, and when I say Western, I'm really kind of just pushing outside of Asia. Like
Mhm.
that's kind of my mindset here.
Yeah.
And then we could go ahead and just remove like the top hitters like Ukraine, Russia. But I think that overall they might be a little too soft, right? And I think that there is an opportunity for us to push at least the elites to an
Mhm.
elite level.
Yeah.
And I think that it needs to be a little bit more systematic and not so sporadic. I think
Yeah.
that that's the problem with America
Yeah. It's
and
very
some of the other ones.
regional, and not just regional, but like club centric, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
So
the
we don't have.
clubs kind of leading it, and then from there it falls into like a neglect of the federations, right? Like the federations and the unions, I think that they're really kind of dropping the ball on raising up the elites. And I think it might be just more of a politics issue than it
Maybe.
is a lack of know-how. Because if you think about it, we in America, right, we do have opportunity with some retired professionals that are out there doing stuff,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Like we have Sloan, we have Yama, um, and then I know Rain City has a person. I don't know who they are, but I know that they have a retired person too. So we have the roots, right? I just don't think that we're putting it all together, right? And I think some clubs are doing it better than others, but I do
Yeah.
think it runs into a sporadic, overly aggressive to bridge the gap from consistency.
Yeah. I think for Japan, there's no like set training regimen for like people, right? For specific high schools and clubs like that. I think it's just tradition dictates
Mm,
how practices are run. It's almost always anywhere you go, it's almost the same order, right?
interesting.
Stretch, shiko, uh, suriashi, and whatnot, and then you do your ichooshi, and then you go into bouts, and then you do butsukari, and then usually you do shiko again at the end.
See, but this is the thing that I think you're overlooking. That there's in between rounds, people are working different techniques. People are like working different things that they gravitate towards,
Mm,
right? And there's a person that will kind of guide them through. So you don't teach as a whole, you
yeah, yeah, yeah,
teach the individual, like, hey,
yeah,
you do this pretty well. And then there'll be a person that will kind of guide them through. And you'll see people individually, like, really working, like, oh, I need to do more tempo, like I need to focus on this. Oh, I need to focus on this. Right. You'll see some
yeah,
people
yeah,
like grabbing, maybe it's a medicine ball or something like that. And they're doing something different, right? There's an urgency of their time. Like there's like they're utilizing their time appropriately, but it's so hard culturally to put that into the American mindset.
yeah,
Because what ends up happening is the default for people, and this is like as a whole that I'm running into, is the default for people are to kind of hang out. Even if they're top
yeah,
in the country, their
yeah.
default will be I'm going to hang out and chill,
Unless you're
right?
one person named Edible Conyeja, then there's
That's
no
the one
chill.
person. That's the
Yeah,
one person.
there's no
There is
chill.
no
It's
chill.
go.
There
Right.
is a fire
Everybody's trying to
in the
chill, and
head.
then he's just in Sonkyo waiting for someone to walk out to the dojo so he can beat them.
That makes sense. So I guess the answer is we all have to become edible conyeja. Is that
Yeah,
what you're
I
saying?
mean, that's pretty much everybody, most people in Japan doing sumo, right? That's why they called Moshiai Geiko, right? Someone loses, you run in and say, hey, me, pick me,
Mm, mm,
right? Because that's part of the practice
okay.
to get
So
beat up.
if you could narrow it down to three things that you think would fix multiple countries. We could just say Sri Lanka, the UK, United States, Mexico, Canada. So we're going to just focus in.
Wait,
and
Mexico
you're
does
going to
not
just-
have one right now.
They're working on it. Puerto Rico. So if we can focus in on
Puerto Rico has
three
two.
different- If we can focus in on three things that are we will even name it the Mengkin Power 3.
Mengkin Power 3. I think
Mengkin
it's
Power 3.
okay. The lack of pushing yourself to the limit.
Okay, can you phrase that in a way that it's a do and it's less vague?
Push yourself to the limit.
Push yourself to the limit. Okay. The Mengkin rule number 1. Gotcha.
Push yourself to the limit. 2. Don't be scared to get an elbow to your face.
Don't be afraid of contact. Mengkin Power number 2. Gotcha. And then number 3.
Number 3. Learn from someone better than you.
Interesting. Seek out the sensei. Look for someone that has lived the life before you and can show you. A true senpai.
Someone that's more
least.
knowledgeable. Yeah.
Interesting.
Don't be afraid to admit you don't know.
Okay, so now we're going into 4. And I don't like this number, so we have to go with one more.
Be like Edobor.
Be competitive.
Okay, so list that out, JJ. What are the 5?
Oh, shit.
I can't remember either. We have to watch it back. We have to watch it back.
We'll watch it back, and then we'll just...
I'll list it out here. Yeah.
There it is. Perfect. You know what's funny? Because all of them in my head, I was just like, maximum effort.
It is all maximum effort.
It's all maximum effort. So the shortcut to it...
Number 6. Maximum effort.
Maximum effort. And thank you for watching Minimum Effort. This podcast is brought to you by Celsius.
Instant coffee that I finished drinking.
Bye.
Minimum effort to the max. Sumo wrestling, no tracks. JJ and Mengkin just relax. Life unfolds with chill acts. Legend falls and strides. Sumo tales bring you lives. We just chat, no surprise. Lost in stories that thrive. No edits, no fuss. Sumo tales just for us. In this groove we trust. It's the lazy talk.